Anybody that goes into work sick, right? Do they love their job or they like to work? They're doing it because they have to work. So if you're calling while sick, it sounds like you're just a regular average person working while sick. You're not high, you're not low, you're not sad, you're not excited to work, but you're working. So I think
Yeah.
that'll play in an extra for you. It's like, yeah, excuse me, I'm working while sick, got to pay the bills, just
Right.
roll through it. Welcome to the Agent Q&A. You got your host here, John. We got our co-host, Joanne.
Hi, everyone.
So our first topic we just want to go over is continuous follow-up. So I just made a sale right before this, and Albert and I had a conversation about this too. Sometimes you have some clients that are looking for insurance and they want to take care of it. They want to take care of it right now. Those are the laydowns, right? What would you say the percentage of our laydowns when it comes down to sales? Your guess.
I don't know.
What percentage would you guess? Laydowns where they just said, yep, John, I'm ready to buy.
Very few. I want to say maybe like a 5% of your
Right.
calls are going to be that way.
Right. So let's say you do 100 calls. Maybe out of 100 calls, you get the 5.
Yeah.
Easy. You didn't have to do any work. Easy laydown.
Yeah, like they
You just
expected
signed
a
them
phone
up.
call,
Yep.
like they knew what they were doing, they knew what you were calling.
They already did the research. They
Yeah.
got some quotes. They found the best quote with you because you're a broker. And then they said, yep, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
Great. You feel happy. Did you do a lot of work? No, it felt like it landed on you, right? So, but what about the rest of the clients? What about the 95 clients?
Yeah.
Right. If you're good, even with the sales skills and the ability for somebody to convince and, push and get them an app, maybe at the most 1 out of 4. Right. So if you're selling 25%, which is average numbers, what do you do next with the 3 out of 4? Right. Now, let's exclude the other 1/4. Let's say you got all the clients that you speak to. 1 out of 4 is buying, and then 1 out of 4 is saying completely no. They're saying, no, I'm not interested. I didn't fill anything out. I don't want it. I changed my mind. I'm not interested. Somebody else filled it out for me. Flat no, right? We get those. So now you took one half. 1 wants to buy, 1 don't want to buy. What about the other half? What are we doing for that? What are we doing for our clients that got a good presentation in? They said, yeah, it sounds great, John, but let me think it over. Let me talk to my spouse. Let me talk to my kids. I kind of got to look over my money to see if it's going to be a budget. All those things that we hear in the live dials, all those things that we hear with in-person presentations, telesales. What do we do with follow-up on that? Any advice would you recommend for? What do you think the top producers are doing on top of, continuous buying leads and getting the laydowns?
Yeah, I think they're also working those leads. They're exhausting those leads as well. So there's many different things that can be done with like the leads that you weren't successful selling. Like I know some people go ahead and they share that batch of leads with somebody else and have somebody else try to call them. There's other individuals that go into like texting their clients and following up that way, sending out emails. So there's a lot of different ways.
But what it is continuous follow-up, right?
Yeah.
Right. So think of the advertisements you see on TV. Why do people still do advertise? What about these marketing agencies? Like you see these Tide commercials, laundry detergent. Do you think about buying laundry detergent today when you see that commercial?
No.
What about McDonald's? When you see the McDonald's, ice cream, Starbucks coffee and all that, right? You don't buy it right now, but it's subliminal. If they play another video on it, they will have another commercial. How much does it cost for a Super Bowl targeted commercial when there's a lot of people watching it? And then it's like random commercials like Doritos chips, but it's somebody on the truck getting hit by a bus or something. And then there's a Doritos chip somewhere down the road. So it's continuous drip, basically. Same thing with social media marketing, insurance dripping, clients, recruiting on friends and family members, letting them know about the business. It's got to be the same technique and method with clients. They expressed interest. They spoke to someone about life insurance and then they did nothing or they haven't moved yet. It wasn't that they're not interested. They just haven't been pushed yet or they haven't been convinced yet. So my sale is today. The client's birthday is tomorrow. I presented her about 2 months plus ago. Let me check actually. So I saw her in person. She had 2 policies, one already existing with Mutual of Omaha and then one from another company that was overpriced. So it was overpriced. So I saw her February 15th.
Yeah, that's like almost 2 months.
It's
Yeah.
almost 2 months.
Yeah.
I had her on schedule again. I was supposed to see her on March 6th to do the follow-up, to do the sale process.
Yeah.
She rescheduled and didn't pick up. And then I finally got a hold of her again because her birthday, because she said, you know what, my birthday's in April 11th. Let me think about it. I have time, right? Because the idea is we're going to switch over her other policy because it's expensive. She's paying $35 a month for only $3,000. I showed her for $35 a month with the same company with Mutual. She gets another $6,600. So it made sense to her. Same premium, you get more. And she didn't buy. She said, let me think about it. Because, I paid into the other policy. Let me ask them. Let me call them. Let me see if they say anything. It kind of has a little bit of accidental. And then some clients are still like stuck on it because they paid on it,
Yeah.
But it took about 2 months for a follow-up. She rescheduled on the follow-up, no showed on the second follow-up, texted again, multiple text messages I had with her from the last couple of weeks until she finally budged because it's her birthday tomorrow. So think about the opportunities that we're having on clients that you've already presented, you've already built a relationship with, they liked you, they liked your cadence, they liked your presentation, they liked the no pressure that you did. They just didn't want to move yet. So look into your follow-ups. I would suggest one, whatever presentation that you're doing, you have a system of note tracking, right? So I like using my Google Calendar. I have their whole name. I have their address. On my notes, I have the birthday in there, their phone numbers, their age. And then once I present them, or I didn't get to present them, on the top of the notes where their name is at, I even put down the lead and then the result. So if I had a client that was like porch, not interested, I got one here, didn't let me in. So that's the other Maricela that was on my system. But that's where I knew. So in person, my first note on Maricela, the client I sold on February, but I saw on February 15th, it says in person, follow up next month before her birthday. Then I added a note, rescheduled March 3rd. Come March 6th, it says rescheduled 410. So she rescheduled again, and then it finally worked. So have notes on your system. If you got to present the client, add notes on your notes, right? So like in person, we would use the pages, right? We would use the financial inventory sheet, the mortgage protection sheet. I typically leave that to the client. So now I'm left to just use my memory to remember what I presented or what I didn't. The good part is, since I left it to her, I brought it back. Do you have that paper I left you? Because I didn't remember. That was like 2 months ago. What did I say? So, but what I would do is I would add notes on your notes. It's easier on the phone, so you don't have to look for the paper.
Yeah.
Okay? Some other agents, they use the Albert. What do you have that? They're Remarkable. Remarkable is good, but it's expensive. It's like $500. Yeah, but then the pen is like 150. 350 for the pen and 150 for the pen, and it doesn't work without the pen. So it's a good, the stylus, it works. So it's a notebook, but it's electronic, so you can always just bring that and use your notes for you, or you have your iPad, you turn it to a stylus. But you have to have something that you can recall immediately instead of just relying on your memory. And it's nice to write it down in paper, but if you left your paper in your office versus your home, then what do you have to have? So Google Notes, Google Calendar, that's going to be something really important. So now you remember what you did, you presented it to the client, but what do you do next? How often do you drip on the client? Okay, so this is where you would want multiple communication channels. Okay, we had a little shout out on Ringy. You can set Ringy, if you have Ringy, to do post text messages from Friday, on a Monday, on a Wednesday, just telling them, hey, I'm trying to reach you. Just calling to follow up, just checking in. Did you get to fill this out? Just checking in. Did you check out the email? Did you get the email? All right. So anything that you want to have as a follow up. So it doesn't feel like you are involved. You don't have to emotionally feel involved where you're now side checking yourself, side guessing. Am I bothering them? Am I going to say no? How often do I call? I felt like I just spoke to them a week ago. All these things, it's gonna be in your head, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Clients are clients. It's not like you're bugging them every single day and calling them 10 times a day. But this type of system allows you to continue to work, buy new leads, get new lay down leads, right? New sales coming in, but then you work the rest of the 50% of your old leads, and that compiles and that continues to add up. So having that follow up just for the non-sales or to think about it. But if you create a system in that situation where it's working, think about the follow up that you could do for your clients. For the clients that bought from you, now you have a policy owner service follow up. You have a system on the birthday calendar. You have a system on 6-month follow up, annual reviews. Now you have a system where you can collect and harvest your clients for more referrals. So it gets better, but as long as you're communicating, just at the end of the day, we get paid by bringing value to our clients, and we get paid by how many touches we have with clients, how many communications, how many conversations, from a referral to a lead to a follow-up on the sale. So the more we do it, the better. Because at the end of the day, if not, if I didn't sell this lady, she was already presented, she was already thinking about it.
Yeah.
She was probably going to buy somewhere else if I didn't follow up.
Yeah.
All right. So one little call, one little setup, one extra text message, whether you guys feel like you're bothering them, well, someone else will bother them.
Yeah.
Another telesales lady will contact them and book an appointment because they said, yeah, I already got the numbers. I already got the quotes. I just need to do an application. So just think about it. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what the clients think. Don't worry about the feelings. The client's not protected if you haven't followed up and they're ready to buy. Just think of it that way. If you have the positive outlook that they're ready to buy, that will drown out the clients that are yelling at your face saying, hey, I'm not interested, go away. Lose my number, take me off the list, all those little things, right? So it's a positive outlook for it. Hopefully that helps. Do you have any questions, Jasmine?
Regarding the follow-up with the client,
Yeah.
what platform did you say was best for that? Like for the 6 months follow-up and the annual follow-up and stuff?
So there's no such thing as a great best platform, but having systems or having a subscribed communication tool. So Ringy is one of them, RINGY.com. But you don't need it. Back in the day,
You could just like tap, like make a note to yourself to follow up, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh.
on Ringy, it'll do that. It'll set it up. So for me, before I was using Ringy, I just got Ringy 2 months ago. I would put it on my calendar. Let's say I'm doing a presentation with you. I had you on schedule already for today, right? So I had the notes on the calendar saying, hey, you weren't interested, or it says follow up with daughter in a week. Instead of me just putting that and forgetting about it a week later,
On your calendar.
I put a new calendar schedule next week on Tuesday. Now, I wouldn't put it on the calendars where I have booked appointments. I would put it like 7 a.m., 7:30. So I know I see it on the schedule just to call when I see it on that day. So to check it off.
Okay.
I do the same thing. So if I said follow up next month, well, here's what happened. I had to follow up next month because I saw him on March 6th.
Right.
Now, if you have an iPhone or any type of phone, it's easier on the iPhone because the iPhone, if I put someone's birthday on their contact list, so that's what I do. Once I sell a client, I put their cell phone number, first name, last name, email, address, and birthday on my contacts. So once it's on the contacts, it's automatically gonna just remind me it's someone so-and-so's birthday that day. Right. Okay. So I don't have to think when I see someone's birthday, I just send them a text. Hey, happy birthday. How's everything with you? Any questions about your life insurance? Anybody else needs life insurance?
Okay.
So I make it personable, but now they're reminded. And if you're in person, I do take a picture with my clients if I'm selling in person, and I send them that, or I would use that as the picture avatar on the contact list.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So I make it look like I'm a friend to my clients, and then they remember me and I remember them.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So these little things really build up because what happens sometimes, unfortunately, they would lose their policies, they would miss a payment. And when they miss a payment, the policy lapse, they either feel ashamed because they let you down or they cancel the policy and they don't want to contact you, right? They're like, oh man, I feel bad. I canceled on him. I really like the guy. He probably lost commissions. They know the game. But if you contact them and say, hey, just say happy birthday. Like I've saved clients. I rewrote clients over a year in that missed their payments when they're back in order.
Mm-hmm.
So I just still do a follow-up even though they're no longer clients.
Okay, I have a question about that, about rewriting clients.
Yes.
I have a client that I need to rewrite.
Yeah.
Does the insurance company ever give you any hassle about that?
No. So what's the situation with the client? Let's dig in a little bit more. Did
So, so when I originally wrote the policy,
Yeah.
I added his daughter as a writer,
Okay.
and so they declined her, and they wanted to they wanted to redo the policy, redo it, taking her off the policy, and so I needed signatures. So I had the client re-sign amendment and send it
Correct.
in. So when we sent it in, they said that his signatures didn't match. So that was a long process trying to get the signatures to match. Then they sent an email saying that he needed to re-sign the application and he needed a copy of his ID. But there was one part of the email that it was on me that I missed that said that he needed to re-sign the whole application. So um, they ended up um, they ended up
Withdrawing it.
canceling, yeah, dropping it because of it took so long because it was a lengthy process. So because he drives trucks and he's sometimes not around, so it was
Gotcha.
just a while. So they gave me a charge. They gave me a charge back, and so when I did um, try to handle that, I emailed them the new paper that they needed. And so they said, well, oh, it's too old for us to
Just do a new
reinstate the
app.
policy. You have to do a new app and stuff. And I
Gotcha.
was like, oh my God. So the guy told me that to just redo it without, leave the daughter off from the jump and you shouldn't have any problems. But
Right.
I was just wanting a second opinion on it.
Yeah, that's the easiest way. So
Uh-huh.
that's the to fix a new application. So yeah, so there's timestamps on it because when you don't rewrite and you have to fix that, now there's an issue with the effective date. Okay, so let's say you signed the client up in January. Now we're in
Uh-huh.
April. It's been so long. The underwriter is going to look at it and say, okay, well, what do you want to do with the birthdays and the dates? Do you want to have it effective January, or effective March? Well, now if you want it
Right.
effective March or April, well, now you got to re-sign the application again with new dates to change the effective date. They're better off
Hmm.
scrapping off the whole thing and just do a new brand new
Just
application.
doing it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, that was just my only concern. I'm like, I got to do it today, and I wanted to jump on here and ask
Yeah.
that question.
So which company did you have it with?
America.
Okay. With Americo, as long as they see that there's no issue, there's a reissue, you should be okay. If you can pull up all their info from Americo's app, you should be able to pull that up, so you have almost everything already.
Mhm. Okay.
And it's also a chance for you to say, since the daughter's not in, do you want to upgrade? Do you want to increase it? Are we
Right.
sticking with the same plan, or you want to go up?
Right. No, I'm sorry, my phone is ringing.
All good.
Uh, Yeah. So, yeah, him and his girlfriend, I wrote them a policy. I actually got them to come when I was with my practice company. I got them to come over with me to
Okay.
SSL. So I was like super happy. It was my first policy I wrote with you guys. I was super happy. I'm like, then that happens on my very first policy. It's just a whole bunch of mess. So I'm like, it's okay. It didn't make me, discourage me or anything. I'm still pushing through.
There you go. Don't be
Yeah.
bitter. You get better out of it, right?
Yeah, for real. But
Okay,
yeah,
so that's good. So it'll clear your charge back.
okay. That's what I was like. Was it gonna clear it?
Yeah, it
It
should.
was okay. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, that was all. That's all I had. Really.
How's everything else since we have you on the line? Let's go into how your business is. Let's see if there's anything we can help you with. How are you with
Okay.
calls? How are you with dialing?
Okay. So I just got hold of a script that I felt comfortable with.
Okay.
So I don't. It's Bree Harrison's script. I think she's from Limitless.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so it's her script, and I've been going over it for about a week or so. Um, and it's okay. Like I feel comfortable, but
Do you mind sharing it?
I okay. So
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 first off,
it's
what type of lead is it? What type of lead are you calling?
An internet lead.
Okay. Is it fresh leads or age leads, or does it matter on that?
I think I want to say they're aged.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
age. So
Gotcha.
I usually so if it's aged and I'm saying hi Jasmine. I mean Jasmine. I'm looking at it. Hi Ashley, this is Jasmine calling from the Benefit Center. This is a follow-up call with you about the request that you filled out online for information on life insurance, which is the tax-free money paid out to your family when you pass away. I see you listed your date of birth as 1/5/56. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you want me to go? Keep going.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So I'm a licensed medical underwriter assigned to your case, and we're doing everything virtually. So it takes about 10 or 15 minutes. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper so we can get this taken care of for you today. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay. Any feedback from from just those two? Because remember, when it comes down to telesales, your first initial intro, it's either going to be letting you in or you're getting cut off, right? So it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter what you say the rest. If that
After,
first
right,
impact don't happen, you're
Yeah.
done. So how
right.
do you
So
feel about it?
my issues right now, I'm kind of sick. I have a sore throat, so my
Okay.
voice is really trash. But my issues that I'm having is trying to be in the middle with my tonality. Like I don't want to be. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound so uninterested, and then I don't want to come off as customer service, bubbly.
I
But
think I think it's better you being sick because it sounds like think about it. It's like anybody that goes into work sick, right? Do they love their job or they like to work? They're doing it because they have to work. So if you're calling while sick, it sounds like you're just a regular average person working while sick. You're not high, you're not low, you're not sad, you're not excited to work, but you're working. So I think
yeah,
that'll play in an extra for you. It's like, yeah, excuse me, I'm working while sick, got to pay the bills, and just
right.
roll through it.
No, right, right. So after I do that part, and then I say, I want you to write down my info. Oh, then when you grab the pen, I want you to write down my information. First being my name, that is Jasmine Wheeler. Spell it out for you, Jazmyne. Last name Wheeler, Wheeler. Second, I want you to write down my producer number. That is 2018-5239. Go ahead and read that back for me.
Okay.
And then with that number, you can go to the Department of Insurance and type it in to find me at any time. That way you know who I am. And also, the state requires me to leave that with you for your records. And then I'll go into a couple of power questions. I like to start off with now before we get started, is there anyone else that needs to be involved in this process? Or will you be making the final decision yourself?
Okay.
So I find out well when I'm listening back to myself, my recordings and stuff, I don't really like the speed. I feel like
Too slow.
I feel like I'm going too fast.
Oh, okay.
Do you hear any like speeding when I'm talking?
Go ahead.
I think, yeah, I think you're talking a
Yeah,
little bit too fast because I think maybe you know what you're saying, but when your client may not be able to pick up on it that fast.
right.
Yeah, because we're fast talkers. You're a fast talker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe
I
like
Right.
slowing it down just a little bit, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with the script because it's really just pushing through it at the beginning and then getting to it fairly fast. So then it also doesn't promote any time wasted for you when you're doing it that way.
yeah.
Right. And then I'm like, I watch training videos and I hear a lot of the advice of not, not letting them get too many questions in. But then um I feel like I feel what's bothering me is like if I'm talking fast, I feel like I'm talking fast, and then I'm like, they're like, huh, what was that? Or
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
frustrated and be like, yeah, bye, click. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I really
So
haven't even presented this to be honest. I've been going over this, and the dials that I've been making, um, I haven't had a chance to do the whole presentation.
yeah,
So
the way you talk is how fast you can think, right? So you gotta be mindful if you're speaking to somebody like I would say 50 and under, especially 30, 40 to 30s, 20 to 40s, we talk quick.
Yeah.
We're always like trying to multitask, right? So we
yeah,
can keep up. So I would be mindful. It's not how fast or how slow you go. It's how you can mimic the client on the other side.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I would say start a little bit slower, but then once you hear them and how fast they're talking, I would speed up. I prefer to just be slightly faster than how they're talking. So that I'm controlling the pace of the conversation. And I purposely
Mm.
do that because I can cut them off in the middle of their conversations. Because if you have a super slow client and they're going on about tangents on tangents about like their life story, where they started, they grew up somewhere and now they moved to somewhere else, and then doesn't even make a difference to what we're talking about. You want to cut them off by speaking a little bit faster, right?
Yeah.
But remember, whatever you're saying, however you're saying it, that first initial context of contact, it's just a matter of, think of it this way. Did I get my point across? Do they know that I'm talking about life insurance? Do they know I'm talking about life insurance and getting them life insurance?
So
However
so
fast or slow you do it.
so I'm gonna touch on that real quick. So that first initial couple of sentences, um, I was watching a training, I think with Ryan Reynolds, and he kept saying like to add that second sentence to say what you're calling for. So when I say which is the tax-free money paid out to your family when you pass away, does that sound fine?
For me, speaking from California, I think it sounds weird, but maybe for the country, like the southern states, it'll probably work. Because like
Okay.
from California side, to me, it sounds like a scam. What's going on? Tax free money? What?
As soon as someone says tax free, you're like,
What? It raises a red flag to me.
yeah,
But I'm
Okay.
speaking from someone from California.
yeah, me too.
Okay. So you guys agree collectively. Okay. So
Yeah.
I feel
So
you on that because
I would change that. I would
Yeah.
change that to it's the life insurance money that'll take care of your burial, so no one else has to pay for it.
okay,
Something like that, right?
right, life insurance money. Okay. Okay, because I was like, I wasn't really feeling it, but I wanted to
Yeah.
leave it until I got a second opinion.
Right. So I would expand. So if you want to keep the tax free, I would say it's the life insurance money, which is actually tax free to your beneficiaries to take care of your burial.
Okay.
Because if you just put a label of tax free something, 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 it's like, what's that about? It
Yeah.
throws
Yeah.
off what it is. But if I
Right.
bring it back to life insurance, it's untaxed as long as there's a beneficiary.
Okay. Cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then it pushes through. Like I said, I haven't got a chance. What I've been working on is trying to memorize it. So if
Gotcha.
I'm not looking at my script, I can get to like the first few paragraphs, but I'm still like, going back to the script, trying to memorize it. So
Yeah.
that way when I'm saying it, I'm not focused on reading it. I'm focused on,
Client.
what I'm saying and maybe hearing if they say something, any rebuttals or anything. So
Right.
that's where I want to get, with it.
If I can add something else, write this down. It's fflunderwriters.com. So you know how you're giving out your first name, last name, and your NPN and producer code, and then you said you can look that up anywhere and to look up the licenses and stuff. If you go to fflunderwriters.com, it has a link for each state to look up a client, an agent's writing number or producer number. Yeah, somebody
Oh,
made it in the website. I don't know who. Props to them. They shared it to me. It's like, yeah, you just go to FFL Underwriters. It's like Jason Steiner. He's like, how do I send what link to the client to look up my if I'm legit with my producer number with my NPN? You go to fflunderwriters.com. It's click on the state, punch in their NPN or their license, and you're set.
so I should say that instead of saying that they can go to the Department of Insurance website.
Yeah, because now they got to Google, they got to click around the links. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I got you.
instead of you writing and saying all of those things, this is kind of like an extended time. Most people are sending their information. So I would create a little business card picture with your NPN, or just send your like if you have a link for a business page for you with your NPN, make a little website for yourself if you can. If not,
I made
that would be
this little
easier.
thing called Hi Hello. Have you
Yeah.
heard of it?
No, but is it a business
Yeah,
website?
it looks like this. Um, can you see
Yeah, there
that?
you
And
go.
then you click on it.
Does it
You click
say
on
your
it.
numbers and all
And,
that stuff?
oh. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what it. Let
Send it
me
to me.
see.
Send me one. You
Send
have
you
my
one.
number.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send it. Let's see. Texted. Um, Okay. Okay, so today we're going to.
Yeah, my number, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because I sent it before, but now I'm like, it sent me to a different direction.
See, look, I even know your
Oh,
birthday. Your birthday is March 7th, 92.
oh, oh, you added.
I even have you on my. I don't even
Oh
know how I got
wow.
your email and your birthday, but it's in there. See, you know
Oh
when I text
wow.
you happy
Contacts
birthday,
when you save it. Yeah.
when I text Jazz happy birthday, she'd be like, "Dang, John's really thought of me." Nah, girl, it's on my calendar.
She's like,
I
I
don't
Right.
you send her to renew your policy.
Yeah, right. I don't even know how that happened.
I'm
How did
trying.
that? How did I get in there?
That's
They
funny.
want me to input your name. Okay.
Oh, it's probably gonna
They
turn me
want.
into a lead or something. Don't worry about it.
You know what? Probably, huh?
Yeah. But so
It's a
anything,
562-335. Okay.
yeah. So anything that you can send us a text message and then they can repeat, it'll be
Uh-huh.
easier.
That was
You got an
me. I'm
email?
sorry.
That was you? You changed your phone number?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that is actually a new number. I've been meaning to update everyone, and
Okay.
I've been so in the books. Okay, let me see.
Delete your old one, the 909-235.
Yeah, delete that for me. You can
Okay.
add that too, Joanne. A new number.
Okay.
I said shoot you a text.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Got it. Save. But yeah, so that's what you want to do is you want to just have something instead of saying that and then writing it down. Because the problem is the clients, they're lazy, man. You tell them, can you grab a piece of pen and paper? They're like, nah, let me look for it. My pen doesn't work. I don't have any paper. But if they're already talking to you on the phone, right? If you could just ask them, hey, can you put me on speaker? I'm going to send you a text. You got my contact. Even better, when you send a text,
Hmm.
if your business card has your face in it, I'm going to send you mine.
Okay.
We you can just do it on Canva, but I had you Rith basically make a new one for me. So now it has a face to a name with the card with the NPN and the license.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So now you can tell them, hey, can you read my business card? Okay, and then that's even better. See, we see your face on it. Now you just want to make sure your hi hello has more than that. It only has your cell and your email. You need to have your license in there.
I need to have the license. Okay, so maybe I need to find another platform then that allow me to put that
Or maybe
because I
you
don't
could
think
just
this is
add
it.
it where it says
Family
life
first life.
insurance broker, add it
Add a
to it,
second
like
space.
NPN number,
Oh,
and then add
oh
the
right,
number right there.
Yeah.
right. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do that.
Yeah. Maybe
Broke.
update your photo. It looks like it's like a MySpace, like
Yeah.
pixelated. Like, what's up with the color? It looked like a photo of a
No,
photo.
Just
you
maybe
know it's
just
crazy
take out the back, like remove the background from it.
It's
on
like faded
Canva.
looking.
Yeah,
Okay,
remove the background from it and then put like another color on it. You should be good.
Yeah.
Not a bad,
okay.
it's not a bad photo, just the background looks outdated.
It just looks like it's a photo from 1999. Like it's all pixelated. It's like one of them high school photos, And then
Yeah.
you took a picture of it out of the album.
And
Jasmine's like,
it,
I
actually,
legitimately did.
it was taken from like a Canon, one of those Canon cameras, and I don't know if it's because I sent it a few different places, and by the time I got
Yep,
it
yep,
to
yep.
here,
Oh,
Yeah.
the
So when you
pixel
email
kind of.
it, yeah, it gets lower and lower quality.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh gosh, that's like because it was originally really nice, but yeah.
So
So I'm
just
gonna
find the
change that
original. You need to find the
somehow.
original JPEG.
Yeah, I need some headshots. I like your card. That's really nice.
You you're by the office. Why don't you swing by? We have all the cameras in here. We just take a quick headshot of you.
I know. I should do that this week. I
Sam was
definitely
doing that a
should.
while back
yeah.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
Thursday, you all will be in here. So.
Yeah. Take a quick
Thursday.
headshot.
Catch you all before he leaves.
Yeah. And then Rith made it on Canva, so it's already pre-made. So we can have it exactly just like this. Slap your face in there, but change your name and
Okay,
send it
that
to you.
that works.
Yeah.
So yeah, I come out Thursday.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Just remind
But
you
yeah,
Yeah, we'll let you
huh?
all know.
Yeah, just remind us.
Okay. I can yeah, I shoot him a text too. I have to
Okay.
update my phone number anyways. But
Any
yeah,
other
so
questions?
I'm gonna keep on working on this. I had a few leads. Um Cliff just sent me some leads. And I have a few instant leads
Okay, okay.
with beneficiaries.
Hey.
I'm nervous. I don't know.
What for? What?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
You
gonna
thought they're
call
higher
them
end leads. She thinks it's a higher lead. I'm scared to mess this up.
because you know what? When it comes to like giving value to what I'm calling about and incorporating the beneficiaries, so I feel like I'm overthinking all that like
Yeah,
completely.
you're putting the lead into too high of a pedestal. Sometimes it's the same. I've called these beneficiaries. Sometimes they be like, "Yeah, I didn't fill anything out." Oh, what the hell? And I'm all thinking, "Oh, I thought these were high end leads." Some clients will just lie. Some
Oh,
clients will say,
really?
"I filled something out before." They're all the same. Leads are lead.
Uh, oh, so then I'm bugging. Okay, I'll get it together.
Yeah. All right. Ain't
Thanks,
that great?
guys.
Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you found some
Alrighty.
value into this. It's gonna be out on the YouTube page, Elite Clips. So just look
Okay.
that up. Please like and subscribe so we can increase our count.
Yeah.
And then so we'll pop up. We'll start popping up on the what do you call it? The algo.